Hey guys,
Okay.
what's going on? Hayden here, and I am here for a discussion about the Nintendo Direct that happened yesterday. Kind of needed some time to collect my thoughts, but I am not alone. I am joined by my good friend SilverTom93. Go ahead and say hi, man.
Hello. How are you all doing on YouTube?
Pretty darn good if you're just asking me, but I think there's some mixed reactions about this Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Before we get into kind of the nitty-gritty and talk about, specific things that they showed, I just kind of want to get our overall impressions of the Direct itself. And I guess I'll start with you. What did you think just on a general level of this Direct?
I think it was quite like not overly exciting, but just not under exciting, like not underwhelming. I think it was just like an all average Direct, really. Nothing too big.
Yeah.
But there were things which were a little bit disappointing, which they could have changed a little bit.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, you go. Yeah.
I pretty much feel the same. There were some definite highlights in here, and there were some things that didn't pertain to me per se, but there were also some disappointments, which we will get into in a bit. But on the whole, I thought it was a good Direct. I didn't really expect there to be any big megaton announcements. It would have been nice to see maybe something Smash Brothers, something Animal Crossing, but on the whole, I wasn't expecting that big megaton announcement because they've already got plenty coming out this year. And I think what was really important about this Direct was showing that third parties are starting to bite at the Switch. Third parties are starting to come on board, which is super big. So I guess we'll kind of dive into the nitty-gritty. So let's start off with what they started off with, and that's Pokemon. So Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we finally got some new footage, but we didn't, again, get a whole lot. And that's kind of the running theme with this game, is that we're not learning a whole lot about it.
Yeah, it's quite a weird thing as well, because the game is coming out, is it like in a couple of months or something?
2 months, November 17th.
Oh, right. Yeah, and not many people know about it, especially not like a casual audience. But even for Pokemon fans, there's still a lot of mystery surrounding the game and like the new Pokemon that have been announced.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, one that caught my eye was the Pokemon that kind of looked a bit like a brick wall.
Yeah.
Like a sort of giant tower sort of thing.
Oh, UB, what's it called? Blockade? I forget what it's called exactly. But yes.
One of the weirdest Pokemon designs I've ever seen, pretty much.
And really quick, too, because I'm going to be very curious to see what its official height is, because is it bigger than Wailord? Because did you see the pictures of it, like, hovering above, like, Hala and Hau, like, in the overworld? Like, this could be bigger than Wailord.
It probably could be. It looks really tall as well, and probably a lot taller than probably taller than Wailord, but definitely taller than what is it, Executor, the one with a really long neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they introduced that.
I'll be very curious to see what its official height is.
Yeah, there's a new trend with a lot of the Pokemon designs in Sun and Moon that there's a lot of height in them. Like some of the Pokemon in X and Y or Black and White, they were kind of like small or just kind of medium sized.
Excadrill. Why is that thing only 2 feet tall?
Yeah. But yeah, they're definitely what's the word? Like, it's spicing up the Pokemon designs. They look very unique now, pretty much.
They're very much holding, because Ultra Beasts, the whole gimmick behind them is that they're from a different world, and they look like they are not from the Pokemon world, which is really cool. But getting back to the whole, like, not learning a whole lot of information, on one hand, that's good, because with Sun and Moon, we knew everything going into that game, and same with X and Y. We pretty much, they spoiled the game for us. But on the other hand, like, it's good that we're, like, I would prefer to not know as much. I love going into a game as fresh as possible. Yeah,
but I guess
like, I feel like there's still, like, we still really don't know what makes this game better than Sun and Moon, which is kind of what they need to sell people on. So
yeah, they haven't emphasized a lot of clear differences to the original Sun and Moon. Because I think if I was like a casual gamer who hadn't really got into Pokemon, I probably would have thought that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was just an add-on to the normal Sun and Moon, just like an extension DLC or something. it's almost like the Wii and the Wii U situation.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing.
It's like they're not showing, like, they're showing off what the game looks like and how it will play. That's cool, but like there's not many differences to how it was like a few years ago.
Yeah, and if you ask me, I think this just means I think we're gonna get a Pokemon Direct before the game comes out. If you had to ask me, I would say early to mid-October we're probably gonna get a Pokemon Direct focusing, like, really going whole hog on this game, because we need information and we kind of need it soon. Like, it's getting to the point where, like, yeah, I don't want to be spoiled, but we actually need some information on this game.
Yeah. Although it would be quite nice to go into the game completely blind, not knowing what to expect. Especially for people who, if they played the normal version of Sun and Moon and then went into Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and everything had like new twists and things like that. So it would be quite a cool experience for them. But again, we still need a little bit more info on what it's actually like.
Although I think we are forgetting the biggest part of this trailer, and that was that if you pre-order, you get 12 Quick Balls. Whoa!
Oh, I didn't see that at one point.
Oh my god, the dumbest thing. Yeah, at the so at the end of the trailer or whatever, it's easy to miss it because it was very insignificant. But I guess if you pre-download the game or pre-order, I forget which one it was, you're gonna get 12 Quick Balls, which, like,
12 Quick Balls.
What the hell? Like, those are so. Pokeballs are so easy to get. Like, what?
Right, about 20 Ultra Balls. Okay, fine. Some rare candy. Sure, that's good. Quick Balls?
Well, like, just so random. Like, that was such a weird thing to me. But,
and they're usually quite cheap in, like a poker store sort of thing in the game.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Like, Sun and Moon's economy was pretty broken. Like, I had a ton of money by the time I was even at the first city, so... Yeah. Well, I guess let's move on. What's something that you want to talk about?
I guess... I think it was shortly after Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, was the Mario Party Top 100.
Yeah.
Or the big 100. There's right, when it was... Oh, I just hit my arm on my desk. Ow. When it was first shown, like, a new Mario Party and like 100 games, the best, everyone's favourite games, was a cool idea. And then they said it was for 3DS.
Yeah.
Little bit confusing, because if they wanted to push the Switch advertising a little bit more, they could have put it on the Switch, and you only need one console for that, and you've got your controllers already. There you go, like mini party. But with the 3DS, I don't think many people would pick it up, and I don't think anyone else with a 3DS would probably want to go on it.
Like, I don't want to play Mario Party on my 3DS. I want to play it on my TV. And, like, as great as Nintendo has been doing lately, as on point as they've been with their marketing and their decisions, this just shows that they still have no idea what the hell they want to do with Mario Party. Because ever since, like, Mario Party 8, that series has been a dumpster fire. And, like, the thing is, like, the mini games in Mario Party, they're fine. They're cute, whatever. But they don't, on their own, they're not really anything special. They make a lot more... They make a much more... Make a bigger impact in the context of it being a bigger game, a board game. And without it being an actual board game, and with it being on the 3DS, like, who cares? Like...
Yeah. I saw somewhere, I can't remember what Mario Party game this person was reviewing, but they said it just felt like a normal party game with Mario characters slapped onto it.
Yeah.
And I think wasn't it Mario Party 10, which a lot of people didn't like.
Was a disaster, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just a bit confusing because for me anyway, not many people that I know regularly play a 3DS, and they if they wanted to play a multiplayer game, we'd play something like Mario Kart, like everyone's familiar with. We can just pick up, there you go. And there's I probably wouldn't buy Mario Party on the 3DS just because it's small, it's a small screen, and not many people would have the chance to play it in multiplayer.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. A very tone deaf decision, but I mean, at least it's good mini games. Like, at least there's that. But hey,
Yeah.
I will say this: it surprised me.
Yeah, it was quite surprising. I was expecting they'd just dish out another Mario Party and that would be it. But they are kind of acknowledging the sort of Mario Party past and like what all the best games. So I mean, a Mario Party fan would probably like it.
I guess at least it's a step in the right direction, but it's not what we're still long overdue for a good Mario Party.
Yeah, I mean, if they just released Mario Party Top 100 on the Switch, most likely would be fine, and I'd have no problems with it. But yeah, for now it's a little bit concerning. Missed opportunity, really.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to something that I actually thought was a really big highlight and completely surprised me, and that is Project Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
Holy crap, this game looks amazing. This is the one, if you guys don't remember, this is the one, it's by the team that did Bravely Default, and it's a really, really awesome mix of 16-bit and 3D and high-definition visuals, and like, oh, just give me this game now.
HD 2D, apparently.
Yes.
That's the term that they're using. But there's a little funny thing that happened. I made a predictions bingo card sort of thing for this Direct, just because tradition. And when I was first writing it down, I did put Project Octopath Traveler, just in case we might see it. But I changed it last minute to Final Fantasy. And I missed out on a full line.
Oh no!
So another predictions bingo card gone down, and I still haven't got a line.
Oh my god!
Yeah, just because of that one change.
That's too bad, but man, am I ever glad they showed it, because there's actually, hats off to Square, because there's a demo now on the eShop. There's a free demo you can play of the game, and here's the thing: this game actually looks so good that I actually might hold off on playing the demo. This actually looks like something I just want to experience, like, full on, because what I've heard, based on early Twitter reactions, is that not only is the demo amazing, but it's actually quite beefy in what it has in it. So I think I don't want to spoil myself on this. I think I'm going to wait.
Yeah, I downloaded the demo when I woke up this morning, but I've been out for most of the day, so I haven't had the chance to play it yet. But from what I've seen from the visuals, sorry, voice went. From what I've seen of like in the visuals of the game, it looks very unique and very like arty and bright and colourful. And I definitely like games which have a weird mix of things. So this 2D pixel art and a 3D environment, it looks really eye-catching. And definitely not like a... It's not another stereotypical looking RPG.
Yeah,
it's got its got its own unique art style to it.
Speaking, and like not just the art style either, but like the gameplay is actually pretty cool, and like understanding the context of how the game works, and then the name Project Octopath Traveler, it works so well because you can choose from one of 8 different characters that play very, very differently and kind of go through the game in their own sort of way, and then Octopath Traveler, like that almost seems like just a, you know what, use that as the official name of the game. Like,
yeah, I was about to say that actually. They should just use Octopath Traveler for the name of the game. I feel like people have got that name in their heads now.
Yeah, like it's gonna be so hard. Whatever it's called. I mean, granted, it hasn't been around as long as NX, but like I was calling the Switch the NX for at least a month after it was after it was revealed. So. This might be the same situation, because I think that name just works so well for what the game entails. I'm very excited for it, and I think they said a 2018 release, so...
Alright, good.
Definitely a big thing to look out for next year.
I'm definitely keeping my eye on that game, because it looks fairly interesting.
I agree. Alright.
Yeah.
What do we want to move on to next?
We could go to Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Sure, let's do that.
Yep. Alright.
So I think you're more looking forward to this game than me. So what are you kind of thinking about this?
Well, yeah, I think it looks interesting, but I probably won't buy it straight away, like on launch day, because it's giving off a very different vibe to what Xenoblade Chronicles X gave off. Like, Xenoblade Chronicles X was like this sort of futuristic, mechanical, more so like in space and aliens. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it probably won't be what I'm used to, but it definitely looks like a really well high-produced game with a lot of detail going in, especially with the characters. But yeah, it looks good and very, very simplified. Like, I can see it fitting on the Switch. Like, you can play it anywhere, and it's very easy to get into and put down.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like it's more simplified, like a mobile game or a handheld game.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it does look like
know.
there's a lot of little quality of life changes. Here's the thing, so I haven't played the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I played Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I liked it. It was really good.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like, this game, and maybe it's not even the game itself, I really didn't like how this was presented in the Direct. The trailer I thought was good, but when they started going into the voiceover and the, just the gameplay kind of demo, man, like, that really brought it to a halt. I was honestly kind of bored. Not only was the voice, I don't think, that great, but like, they were going so in-depth with this stuff that, like, I don't know, it just was not working for me.
I do like how they've gone back to British voice actors, like, from the UK, so there's, like, English, Scottish, to make it feel a lot like the first Xenoblade Chronicles, but at the same time, it went on for too long, I think. It lasted, what, like 7 minutes, I think? I skimmed through the Direct just shortly before I started doing this. But it's like, you've got this big giant turtle guy that the guy lives on.
That is cool. I actually like that.
Yeah, it's quite a cool concept, but he's got a very calm voice for the style of game that it is. Like, you're going on like an adventure on this new place sort of thing, like tracking down these giant titans, and it looks quite cool. But then it's just like they're going into too much detail with the game, I think.
Yeah, and
just going on for too long.
And again, I feel like the trailer was good, but I feel like if they were really going to go in depth like that, they should probably have a separate Direct specifically for that, because again, I think they needed to show this during the Nintendo Direct, not only to draw people's attention to the fact that, hey, it actually is coming out this year. They actually made the release date, which is another. That's kind of, I didn't expect that. But also, like, I think they needed to strike a balance of, making us people who maybe weren't sold on the game and forgot about it to pay attention to it, but then they drug on too long, and I think that might have turned some people off. So for those people who are really hardcore about it, I think it was great to show a trailer, and if you're going to go through that big, long gameplay demo, have its own separate Direct.
Yeah, I think what they could have done as well is, again, going back to Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade Chronicles X wasn't really spoken about that much at E3 or in a Direct, but what it did have was a like some YouTube video guides of the game.
That's
true.
The people
who had bought it or were gonna buy it, there were like survival guide videos, just to sort of introduce you to the game, the world, the mechanics, and I feel like they would have fitted much better as individual videos rather than padding it out in a Direct. Because they were quite entertaining videos when I first got into Xenoblade Chronicles X. I relied on those videos quite a lot because there were a lot of mechanics in Xenoblade Chronicles X, like stats, and
there were a lot.
Yeah, a lot of menus and points, and I don't think I can go back into Xenoblade Chronicles X now without just being completely overwhelmed by, like, what was I doing last time? Where am I? What do these numbers mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a point in time where I was addicted to that game.
Insane.
I just couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, so yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks like, I think it's still going to be a good game. I wasn't crazy about how they presented it, but I was going to save this for the end. Holy cow, I can't hold off anymore. Mario freaking Odyssey looks like one of the best games ever made. Like, am completely enamored by this game. Everything they have shown has just got me so hyped. I feel like a little kid waiting for Christmas. Oh my god, Mario Odyssey. Like, I need like 10 seconds. You talk, because I don't even know what to say.
Alright, well, it's probably will be one of the best video games ever made, purely because they've got the presentation of the game right, they've got all the reveals, the music, the visuals, the world, everything just looks probably almost as good as Zelda Breath of the Wild. And just, I feel like with the way that they're showing off the game now, I just want it. I just want it right now.
And hey, the
just to play it.
Biggest feature of the game, Mario has nipples.
Yeah, that's a new meme.
Yes, but no, you're right. Like, they have completely nailed every single aspect of this game. You know, people have been just clamoring for this open sandbox Mario 64 style game. And don't get me wrong, like, Mario Galaxy was great, but I still think Mario 64 is what people really, really wanted. And this is that in spades. Like, the big, like, I remember when they were showing, like, how many moons there were in the Sand Kingdom just alone, and there were, like, over 50. Like,
50?
Holy crap, this game is going to be huge! Like, oh my god, I can't get over this. There is so much going on. There's so much you can take over. Like, what was that, like, winged dinosaur thing he was running around in? Like,
yeah.
Oh my god,
in this new prehistoric world. The thing is, though, he's riding on a cartoon dinosaur, and then in another world, he's on a realistic dinosaur. It's just such a strange mashup of art styles, character types. It's honestly fantastic. But the thing is, I haven't actually seen, other than the trailers, I haven't seen any bits of individual gameplay for that long. I've seen the reveal back in the first ever Switch trailer, and then the Nintendo Switch presentation, and then E3.
Yeah. I think that was pretty much it. But I actually don't think I want that much more. Like, I think I'm good. If they don't show any more, I think I'm good. Like, I wanted. They even teased that there's even more to come that they haven't shown yet. I don't want to see anymore. I kind of want to go into this now blind.
Yeah.
I don't want to see anymore, because this is seriously, like, best game of all time material here. Like, again, you said it earlier, like, it's looking almost as good as Zelda Breath of the Wild. I would argue in some aspects it looks better than Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And that is again, that's my game of the year right now, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Mario Odyssey might beat it, man.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is probably my favorite. Is probably the best game I've ever played. I probably wouldn't say my favorite, because there are things wrong with Breath of the Wild, like the rain.
Yes.
But with Mario Odyssey, I completely agree. I mean, like, I've seen the trailers, and it looks that good. I don't need to see any more. I'm invested. I just want the game now, to be honest.
Oh my god!
Like, I know it's not finished.
And we're not that far away, little over a month.
Yeah.
I mean, screw Halloween, because Halloween weekend, that's all I'm going to be doing is playing Mario Odyssey.
But yeah, I'm not sure whether to wait until Christmas or to just get the game on the release day.
Oh my god, like, I could not hold off until Christmas, no way.
I think Christmas will build up my excitement a little bit more, but getting it on the release day is just getting it there and then.
I think what I'm going to do is get it release day, and I think, like, Christmas time is going to be my, like, time to catch up on, like, maybe smaller titles or, like, whatever that I missed out on throughout the year. But, another cool thing that they showed off is the screenshot mode. It's very similar to what you can do in Smash Brothers, where you can, like, pause it and you can, like, take the camera around. You can add Instagram filters to Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, it's crazy.
And that definitely reminded me of a lot of photo modes in other games. So, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn popped into mind. I know this is going off topic from Nintendo, but in that game you could pause at any point, and then you could add filters, like an Instagram filter. And that's definitely going to encourage a lot of... for me, anyway, it's going to encourage a lot of replayability, because I'd want to get, like, a cool screenshot or post it on Twitter. But yeah, because I used to do that quite a lot with Smash Bros. Brawl, so it's definitely going to be something that I'm going to do every now and then. Just running around with Mario. This place looks kind of cool. Take a picture.
Like, this is a game that just looks like it can be fun just forever. Like, oh my god.
You could come back to it, and you wouldn't want to leave it once you've come back to it. After doesn't matter how long, you can just jump back in and just have a good time. Like, that's basically what the game is showing itself to be.
And this is looking like it's going to be another one of those games where I feel for the completionist, Gerard the completionist, because
it's going to take a while.
Breath of the Wild was another big one for him, and this game is going to be something special. Oh my god, I can't wait to play it. Mario Odyssey. Oh boy.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be something that I'm really going to enjoy, Mario Odyssey.
So, I guess kind of bringing it to a bit of a lower point, we've been talking about Mario Odyssey. Fire Emblem Warriors. Well, we saw it on the 3DS for the first time. And you know what? I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really too much of a Fire Emblem fan. Like, I've played the demo of Awakening and a little bit of Fates. But other than that, it's not really my thing, not my cup of tea.
Same. I've never really been a strategy person. I've never really been a Fire Emblem person. But I will say, I am kind of happy for Fire Emblem fans that they got Lyn. Because I know Lyn is a very fan favorite character. So, and that does kind of break away from the fact that when they first announced this game, they said, we're only going to stick to the original Fire Emblem Awakening, and Fire Emblem Fates. So that does kind of show that Nintendo was listening in that regard. So that's cool, but again, not really a Fire Emblem person, so...
Yeah, it's a bit of a... Like, for me personally, I don't really like the art style. It's a bit too... sort of like anime, like it's for that type of audience. And again, the sort of tactics, strategy style game, not really my thing. But like for the people who are into Fire Emblem, like it's probably something that they're excited for. But yeah, for me, not really interested. Yeah. But yeah, it looks alright, but nothing wrong with it. But
all right, what's the next thing you want to move on to?
We could talk about Sonic Forces, although there wasn't much shown in the Direct. There was a little bit shown afterwards.
Yeah, and it looks like Sonic Forces.
Yeah. I have to say that the new trailer that they showed off earlier today, they showed off a lot more cutscenes and the story and a bit more like how the game is visually presented, what's going on. And I feel like it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot more exciting. There's more mystery involving with the villains.
I guess the thing with me is like I'm not a huge Sonic fan. Keep in mind, I like Sonic Mania a lot. I thought it was really good, but I'm just not a big
Sonic Mania is great.
But I guess what I'm not really liking is the whole like they're focusing so hard on this bond that Sonic has with the customizable avatar. That, by the way, doesn't look like it speaks at all. But like, you know, I want to see these relationships between Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic and Tails. Like, I don't really care about this avatar. Like, so I don't know.
I feel like we haven't got a proper game with that in it, like a modern Sonic game, in quite a while, because Sega have got in their mind that we don't like any other characters apart from Sonic, and for most Sonic fans, that's not true. Like, we want to play as some of the sidekick characters.
We just don't want to play as the Sonic Boom versions of them.
Yes. But I feel like in the new trailer they showed off, we get a little bit more dialogue from Knuckles. He seems to play quite a big role in the game, Knuckles. So it looks a lot more exciting. But the only problem that I've got with Sonic Forces right now is its level design.
Yeah. Very linear.
Because, for modern Sonic, you're running down hallways, just holding forward, pretty much. And a lot of old modern Sonic games had that, but you could still veer off left and right and find like hidden rooms or something. Like the first level of Sonic Unleashed, like that was mostly straight line, but if you slowed down and like detoured onto the left, you could find a little cafe area sort of thing, and you'd find like a little secret collectible.
Yeah,
and I feel like
I like Sonic Unleashed. I actually like that.
Yeah, it was really good, but I think they're not putting that much exploration into the levels. They're making them too narrow, too small.
Yeah.
They just need to expand it. And also dash panels. They just go over the top with dash panels in every level.
Oh my god, I agree.
Just forcing, get it? Forces. Just forcing you down a path. Like, I get it, game. We can steer for ourselves.
Yes.
we don't need dash panels telling us where to go. I feel like it would be more exciting and rewarding if we were the ones in control and we could turn and I think because I'm going to get Sonic Forces on PC, I hope there's a mod that gets rid of the dash panels. So
yeah.
just to make the game a bit more of a nicer experience. But yeah.
Well, let's move on to the fact that third parties are kind of taking a bite at the Switch, and Doom and Wolfenstein 2 have been confirmed for the Switch. Now, Doom is cool because first of all, it was a really big game last year. But Wolfenstein 2 isn't even out yet. So, like, Bethesda has really taken a liking to the Switch, and it's a good sign because Bethesda's a huge third-party supporter.
Yeah. But the problem is that the people who usually play Bethesda's games are more interested in graphical power rather than portability. Like, they get it on the PC for mods or things like that. So it's quite unlikely that a gamer who's into that sort of things would buy a Switch just to play Doom and Wolfenstein on the go. But I feel like it could invite a new audience.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, like, for people who have a Switch and haven't really delved into PC games or PS4, Xbox One, they could give Doom and Wolfenstein a go just to get, like, the gist. But yeah, I feel like it would fit on Nintendo consoles quite well. Gives a bit of a broader audience for the Switch. Yeah. But
I just think this is a good thing. Like, not even like it doesn't even really matter like the type of game. It's just the fact that third parties have really, because Capcom is developing games for the Switch now. We've got Street Fighter. We've got now Bethesda. Like, next year, Square has we've got an exclusive Square game, Octopath Traveler, coming to the Switch now. Are we going to start seeing, doesn't matter, I don't really know how you feel about these, but are we going to start seeing Call of Duty? Are we going to start seeing Battlefield come to the Switch? Yeah,
they're really not my type of game, but yeah.
Same with me, but if we got those on the Switch, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, because it's a bit like a domino effect, where like if one third party goes onto the Switch and says they love it, they can be like, hey, other companies, you should put your game on this because it's selling well and like getting a bigger audience. And it's almost doing the opposite of what the Wii U was doing. Yeah. Was the Wii U had a weak third party, and then more third parties didn't bother joining, and then it just didn't really get anywhere with the third party games. But yeah, I'm not a person who would play Doom or Wolfenstein, but for the people who are interested in it, they've got an extra console to play it on.
Pretty much me too, yeah.
Yeah. And also Rocket League.
Yeah.
Rocket League and Skyrim. That's another audience that could get in on the Switch.
I'll just say I'm very excited to play Rocket League on my Switch, and not only because I love Rocket League, but my roommate has an Xbox One, and there's crossplay between Switch and Xbox.
Yeah.
So we could actually play, like, I could play on my handheld, and he could play on the TV, and we could play against each other. I love that.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool concept where, like, you can have multiplayer, and the one person could be in one room, the other person could be anywhere with internet, but still get pretty much the same experience.
Not that I'm like concerned that it's not going to come out this year, but we didn't get a release date, which I thought was a little weird. I thought we were at this point.
Little concern because the game looks finished.
It does,
and,
yeah.
Like, it looks. I know this is only on like a YouTube video or like a live stream, but it looks just as good as like the PS4 or Xbox One version, where like you can see every bit of grass, all the lighting effects look intact. So I'm not too sure why they're holding off the game for this long and haven't given us a release.
I'm still confident it'll come out this year. I just thought it was a little weird.
Yeah,
But let's talk about Splatoon 2. It's getting some fresh updates. Haha. We're getting Kelp Dome coming back from the original Splatoon. And we're also getting a new level, something about a canal. I forget what it's exactly called.
Yeah. It looks quite interesting because the description of the level was something like there's a giant gap in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of get over that and then you can start invading the other team. So it probably would require a little bit of skill and a lot more thinking ahead.
I was going to say, it seems like a much more riskier level. So especially on something like tower control, where there's a tower that's constantly moving, I feel like that's going to be a really hectic stage for that mode.
Yeah, but even if you just want to get to the other side of the map, you have to make sure that there's no people where you're about to jump, and you've sprayed enough ink there so that you can land, you've got enough of a run-up, and then you've got to make the jump. You've got to time it right. But it looks like a very interesting map.
I agree. I think it does look like a lot of fun. I mean, hey, new Splatoon content, I'm always down for it. I love Splatoon 2. And we're getting a new umbrella as well. Again, I forgot the exact name, but it's like this big tent almost that it opens up. I wonder what the drawback is going to be to that, because that just seems to outclass the regular umbrella in every way.
It looks very overpowered, I think, because it can shoot quite far into the distance, like it can ride along the ground, and it has a very large defense radius. So don't know what the game's going to do to balance it out to not make it overpowered.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to see. But Kelp Dome is also coming back. So what do you think about that? Did you play the original Splatoon?
I didn't actually play the first Splatoon. I haven't got it, but I've played some of the test fires. From what I can remember, it was quite a cool level. Yeah, because I think I did play it round one of my friends' houses, but yeah, it was a unique level, and they say that they've added some new things to it, like more what's the word, like more overhead paths that you can shoot down through. The
thing that was kind of cool about Kelp Dome. First of all, it was a very big stage, but there was a lot of high ground that you couldn't actually ink. You couldn't turf it. So you really had to be conservative with your ink, because if you were on the bottom floor, it was much easier for people to shoot at you. But if you were on the top floor, you had to be really careful about how much ink you used. So it played very differently, and I'm very excited for the stage to come back. And I think they said it's coming on Friday. So, all right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
So speaking of DLC, ARMS is also getting some new. It got some new content. It came out last night. And have you played ARMS? Do you have the game?
I've played the test punch, but I don't have it. So
I pretty much like. I like ARMS, I do, but it did not have a lot of staying power with me. And I'll tell you one thing.
That's the problem, yeah.
This new update, it's not doing anything for me. I played Lola Pop a little bit last night just to kind of give her a try. She's a new ARMS character, that's what I can say.
Yeah. I looked at the game when it was first revealed, and I thought, yeah, looks cool. Played the test punch. It plays quite nicely. I didn't really find anything wrong with it, other than sometimes the motion controls would be a bit fiddly. But then, like, once I've played the test punch, I didn't really want to go back into it. Like,
I kind of spoiled myself on the test punch.
Yeah, I know it's not the full game, but it was kind of a reason as to why I didn't want to buy the full game, because it looked like it kind of lacked replayability.
Well, it's funny you say that, because it wasn't the full game, but you pretty much got the experience of the full game with the so I think that was a big problem. It still sold amazingly, apparently, but like I don't know, I played the actual game for maybe 10 hours, and I was like, yeah, I'd be okay not coming back to this. I'm done.
Yeah, I feel like once you've played a bit, there's not much the game can do to change itself, because it's motion controls. Yeah. So also that's going to make it quite hard. If they're playing for motion controls, it's going to make it quite hard for a casual audience to get into. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, you can go up to anyone, like casual or hardcore, and say, do you want to go on Mario Kart? And they most likely know what to do.
Yeah.
And with ARMS, it's like
there's such a barrier of entry. Yeah,
there's not enough content for a hardcore audience to get back into it and like train yourself up. But also, it won't be easy for a casual audience. It's kind of sitting in the middle.
Yeah.
And just kind of, what can the game do? Freshen itself up a bit. But yeah, an update is always nice.
Well, speaking of DLC again, kind of a surprise, Snipper Clips is getting DLC. And I'm actually, I don't own the game myself, but I've played it on
me neither.
I played it on a friend's Switch, and it's simple fun. I do like it. And the fact that it's getting support, like this is kind of like a cult hit, if you will. And the fact that it's still getting DLC, like good for Snipper Clips. I was very surprised.
Because I occasionally, when I first had my Switch, I only had Zelda Breath of the Wild as a cartridge. And at the time, there was only one demo, and that was Snipper Clips. So I went on that with a few friends and my cousin, and they seem to like Snipper Clips concepts. Like it's just a simple, fun puzzle platformer. So to see it getting like an add-on content looks really good. Like I didn't see anything wrong with it. And also you can play older levels with a new shape design to give a bit of a twist. But that's definitely just a really fun game that anyone can jump into. So
I think it's great. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
All right, what else do you want to touch on? Because there's still a few things left.
There's the sort of virtual console with the Mario Arcade Classics. I basically sat through the entire Direct being like, please show Virtual Console, please show Animal Crossing or Smash Bros. But then they showed like an old clip of a retro game, and I thought, yes, this is Virtual Console, but then it's not.
Yeah.
And it's just Donkey Kong or what? No, they didn't show Donkey Kong. Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros.
They showed the original Punch-Out as well, but here's kind of where I sit on this, because it's cool. It's definitely cool that we're getting these classic arcades, because I think the original Punch-Out, I don't know if that's ever been re-released. Like the original arcade Punch-Out with the wireframe Little Mac and everything. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
At the same time, why are they spending time on this if they're not... Like, where's the Virtual Console? Unless the Virtual Console branding just isn't going to be a thing anymore, and they're just going to kind of release these older games just like they would any other, like, indie game. I don't know, but this is just a very, very weird thing. The Arcade Archives.
It's almost like they're holding back from releasing any Virtual Console information, because they said that they were going to add retro games in that monthly subscription thing, like when you pay for the online.
Yeah.
In 2018, but again, we haven't heard anything about that. And then like they go and announce this, like it's a retro game, sure, but it's not Virtual Console. Like where's Mario Bros 3? Where's Mario World? Where's Super Mario 64?
I guess the one reason I could see them holding back on fully talking about the Virtual Console is because the SNES Classic comes out at the end of the month, and I don't think they want to eat into any of the sales for that, because it's looking like their stock is going to be, according to Reggie, it's going to be good. I've got mine pre-ordered, so I'm super pumped for that. But I don't know. This was just a weird announcement.
I feel like the Switch could at least have NES titles on the eShop, like at least NES. Because like I understand if they don't want to put Super Nintendo games on there just because the SNES Mini is coming out this year, but like they could at least put NES or maybe Nintendo 64, and I feel like everyone's waiting for the GameCube Virtual Console. Just if I can play Super Mario Sunshine on the go, then already the Switch is one of the best Nintendo consoles ever.
Metroid Prime,
Metroid Prime as well. Yeah, Metroid Prime Trilogy, the Wii one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't actually played any of the Metroid Prime games.
No,
I think
I'm
I said
right there with you. That is like my biggest fault as a Nintendo fan is I have missed out on the Metroid Prime trilogy, and I need to play it.
I've played Super Metroid, and I love it. I love Super Metroid, and I kind of want a remake of Super Metroid because then it will kind of fit in with what they've done with Metroid 2. They could do the same thing with Super Metroid and put it on the Switch, like widescreen 2.5D Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Just that's basically what I want for Metroid next, as well as Metroid Prime 4. But I feel like before I step into Metroid Prime 4, I've got to play the first 3. And I just haven't got around to doing that yet. So yeah, so maybe I need to buy it on the Wii. Or Wii U, yeah.
That's true. I do need to get around to that. Just so much to play, man. So much to play. But something that was missing from the Direct, I for sure thought we were going to see it. We didn't see anything on Breath of the Wild's DLC. We saw the amiibos and what they do, but we didn't actually see the DLC. I was actually kind of shocked by that.
I feel like we're probably going to see a little bit more later on in the year, just so that they've got a bit more of a build-up of excitement to it. But yeah, other than that, it was a little bit weird because isn't it coming out in like November, December?
I think all they've said right now is holiday. The amiibos come out November 10th. We found that out yesterday. But the DLC itself is still listed for holidays, and I agree with you. I do think that we are actually going to get. I think we're going to get another Nintendo Direct before the end of the year. I think late November, early December. I think we've still got
probably
at least one more Nintendo Direct before the end of the year. And, I mean, obviously that would be the time to show it off. And I guess it is still, for DLC, it still is a little early out. But I don't know. I kind of expected to maybe see something about it.
Yeah, they're probably doing the keeping it secret sort of thing again. Like, we're not going to show you too much.
It's a secret to everyone.
Excited. Yeah, it's a secret to everybody. Yeah. But it would have been nice just to see like a new sneak peek at least, or a cutscene, maybe a new item in the game, because they showed off like the new headgear that each amiibo gives, and I found that quite cool. But yeah, other than that, a little bit underwhelming. I did expect a bit of Zelda, but
so we've got a couple more things to go over, and I'll talk about kind of a big one here, is that Kirby actually had quite a big presence in this Direct. I guess I'll start off with the 3DS one. So Kirby Battle Royale, it's coming out in January. It's kind of like a 3D battle arena, I guess. Here's the thing. So I've never really been that big of a Kirby fan. Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, me neither.
Kirby Superstar on the Super Nintendo, I think is awesome. I love that game. But this game, I think the problem is that there's been so many smaller miniature Kirby games released over the year that this just seems like another not fully fleshed out Kirby game. I don't know.
It feels like they're just kind of dishing them out, like dishing out Kirby games just now and then. Like, here you go, here's another Kirby game. Everyone enjoy it. And then a few months later, here's another one. Not much different, but something's different. And I feel like they are kind of like just dishing them out a little bit too frequently, and they're not. The thing is, they're not really remembered.
Exactly.
Once they're out, like people talk about them for like 2 days, and then you never hear from it again.
Like, so I was on the 3DS eShop just yesterday. I was pre-downloading Samus Returns for tomorrow, and I totally forgot that there was Kirby Blow-Up Blast, and my phone is going off. I'm going to just throw that over there for now. I forgot that Kirby Blow-Up Blast was a thing. We are actually going to have to start wrapping this up a little bit, just because I do have to get to work fairly soon. But
alright, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. But moving on to what is kind of a more exciting Kirby title is the Switch one. Kirby Star Allies, I guess. I didn't expect to see that, and it actually looks really good.
Yeah, it does look quite good. It looks very... It has the same sort of aesthetic as the new Yoshi game. So I feel like people who are interested in Yoshi can get this new Kirby game, or the people who are interested in Kirby can get Yoshi. Like, it's that same sort of cutie, vibrant, colourful, like sort of world that it's trying to present. But But yeah, again, it's probably not something that I would buy, but it looks good. It's a Kirby game,
yeah.
So
no, and I think it does give us something to look forward to, because I think they said spring 2018. So they've already started showing us, hey, we've already got stuff ready to go for 2018 for the Switch. So I think it looks good. Again, I'm not a big Kirby person, but I think it looks good.
Yeah, the thing is with Kirby games is that they're very well presented.
Mm-hmm.
And like they have really neat graphics and visual, like really bright, and they pop quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it makes it very good for newcomers, like people who don't usually play platform games that much. They can most likely get into Kirby and understand what's going on. But yeah, I feel like it could do well, this Kirby Switch game.
Yeah. So there is a bunch of other little things that happened in the Direct, but is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap things up?
Probably just to conclude, Minecraft 3DS.
Oh yeah, that is a bit of a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit weird, because I feel like if a Minecraft fan would want to play Minecraft on the go, they'd have it on their phone or their tablet, like Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Yeah.
Or like they would just play it at home because they can have mods and servers, and just you can play it a little bit more, like a little bit more of a better version of Minecraft at home rather than on the go. But yeah, I feel like Minecraft 3DS, bit of a weird decision, but it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's another console that Minecraft is on, so.
Yeah. It's a bit like Skyrim, like how they want to shove Skyrim on a lot of consoles.
Buy Skyrim again.
Yeah, PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch, calculators, phones, just everything.
Alright, so is that everything? Are we good?
Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome, so tell the people where they can find you at.
Yep, so my YouTube channel is SilverTom93 or SilverTom93. It doesn't really matter, just all one word. And also that's my Twitter as well. I post a lot of updates on Twitter almost every day. And I'm also on Instagram, so that should be everything. I make music remixes and just general talk show videos sort of things, talk discussion sort of things.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely check him out. Lots of great stuff on his channel. And be sure to subscribe to my channel, of course. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like if you enjoyed this discussion, and let us know in the comments what you thought about the Direct. Overall, I think, just to wrap it up, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. If I had to give it a rating, I think 7 out of 10. Again, some really good stuff in there, but some stuff that didn't appeal to me, and a few things that were a little disappointing.
7.8 out of 10. Too much Xenoblade.
Oh, jeez. That meme, still getting some mileage out of it. So, thank you guys, of course, for watching. And, of course, check out my channel, check out his channel, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Right. Bye, everyone. Bye.